All right, so most of the war was definitely fought in the South. We'll see the most amount of battles that are fought during the war are going to be fought on Southern and Confederate land. There will be some that are fought in the Union, and there will be some that are actually fought out west. So even after the South has seceded, you know, the show must go on. We're in the process of really settling our western states and territories in the 1850s and 60s, so we're still going to be seeing that go on regardless of whether or not the war is happening. So in 1861, Kansas is going to be admitted as a free state, and so are Colorado, Dakota, and the Nevada territories. From 1862 to 1864, we're also going to create the Idaho, Arizona, and Montana territories. So we're doing a lot more organization out in the western areas. Now, Lincoln is going to appoint pro-union officials to head up all of these governments, and he wants to do this in order to secure the West for the Union. The West is important to the the benefit of the Union. Now, he also doesn't institute the draft in the West or even pressure them for volunteers. He wants to ensure their loyalty. He wants to keep them happy. Now, that doesn't stop anyone from volunteering. He's just not pressuring anyone to. So we're actually going to see 17,000 Californians volunteer to join the Union Army. California's main contribution to the war is going to be gold because it helps the Union pay for the war. And obviously, because of all the craziness happening in the East, there's not really any troops to defend the West. So that's a good opportunity for the Confederates to take advantage of. So in 1862, 4,000 Texans are going to start marching towards California with the goal of capturing those gold mines. This eventually on their path on March 28th of 1862, they're going to come into contact with some Union volunteers who are placed there to stop Confederate invasion. So they're going to engage in battle. This is the Battle of Glorieta Pass. It's going to take place in northern New Mexico. So the Texans, the Confederates, do win this battle. They are able to defeat the Union there, but while the battle is being fought, the Union was able to sneak around behind them and destroy the Confederate supply wagons. So even though the Confederacy wins that battle, they can't move forward. They have to retreat back to Texas to gain more supplies because they don't have anything capable of maintaining them out and even really on the way to California. So this is a tactical Confederate win, but a strategic Union win because it helps to secure the West for the Union, and once again the Confederates won't get to that gold. Native Americans are also going to be involved in the war. Over 10,000 Native Americans are going to participate in the Civil War. Many Cherokees are going to fight for the Confederacy. Some Native Americans in the West actually see this as an opportunity to take back some of the land that had been taken from them. So the Sioux Indians, for example, are going to start a revolt in the Minnesota-Dakota area. And when the Union troops leave the West, the Confederacy sends troops in to make treaties with Native Americans. They want to take advantage of the poor relationship between the Union and the Native Americans. So the Confederacy is actually going to sign a treaty with the 5 civilized tribes. If you remember what those are: Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, and Seminole. The Confederacy is going to sign a treaty with the 5 civilized tribes saying that they will, the Native Americans will raise a 5,000-man Native American army for the Confederates, and in exchange, the Confederacy will guarantee all of the land that the Native Americans are currently holding if they win the war. Now, they don't win the war, so we'll never know if the Confederates would have held up their end of the bargain, but the Native Americans do hold up in their end of the bargain, and a lot of them do fight for the Confederacy, while, like I said, a lot of them will also fight for the Union. One battle worth mentioning that Native Americans fight in is going to be the Battle of Pea Ridge. The Battle of Pea Ridge was in Arkansas in March of 1862. It's going to be the largest battle west of the Mississippi. 14,000 Confederates fight in this battle, 1,000 of them being Native Americans. Now, it is a Union victory, but the Native American leader, who you see here on the slide, Stand Watie, fought very valiantly, as did his unit, and because of how well they did in the battle, even though they didn't win, he is going to be promoted to general. And Stand Watie is actually going to be the only Native American on either side of the war to hold rank in the military. So only one Native American holds rank throughout the entire country, and he's actually a Confederate. So winning the Battle of Pea Ridge is great for the Union because this opens up the Mississippi River Valley to Union control, which is important for the Anaconda Plan. At the same time, Stand Watie refuses to leave, and he stays there to try to help protect that territory and protect more Confederate Indian territory as long as he can. Watie refuses to or continues to resist and wages guerrilla warfare against the Union, and he'll actually be the last Confederate general to surrender when the war is finally over.